All right, figured I may as well keep it going because I had enough cards to throw together another video here. In this case, it's going to be 6.5, all PSA graded, and may as well call this one Friday Night Vintage because they are all vintage cards. So I have 11, and let's count them down from 11 to number 1 in the 6.5 grade range. Here's a card that I wish I had purchased with better centering, but it is what it is. This nice 57 Hank Aaron uncorrected error card, I believe, because he was not a left-hander. 57 tops. Really nice set. Another 57 tops here. Frank Robinson, and another one that is centered just okay. As you can see, left and right it is off, but this card set me back. I forget what this one cost, which is rare, but this one I know set me back like $299. This would have been like 2016, 2017 maybe. This Frank. Coming in at number 10, and then moving on. One of my favorite cards is this Rose from 64. Notoriously difficult to find centered, and I think I did okay on this one. I mean, ordinarily you'll see him off more so left and right, and then top bottom. This one is off top bottom a little bit, but I'd rather have that than the other way. Yeah, just a really nice Rose card. Much better than his rookie. Appearance-wise, anyway. And this one also, I remember, sent me back like $300. Not unlike the Robinson. So pretty good value, I guess, back then. For that second-year Rose. Roger Maris rookie. And I bought this from DA Card World. And this one was $360, and I think it was a buy it now. So how's that? How's that for recall? I think a lot of these I purchased around the same time. All of them pre-COVID. So that would be number 8. The first of a few Mickey Mantles in this particular showcase. This one from 63. And I think it's graded. I think it's accurately graded. I mean, there are some white corner touches on this green, which are not uncommon, and centering is off a little. This one also was in the $360 range. I think maybe at the time 7s were $400 to $500. I forget, but I do remember my original plan. I've said this many times, was to basically try to get all 7s when I was building his basic set. And in a few cases, I deviated from that, and you'll see them here in this video. And next up is the 62, which are really difficult in high grade because of these wood grain borders that chip very easily. So. And I do forget what I paid for this. Under $400. Under $400. I don't know exactly how much. Because that was kind of like my budget back when I was buying this. I mean, that was where I was comfortable spending, that kind of money. 8s might have been like $1,000, $1,200, somewhere in there. Whatever year that was, and that was well outside my budget. And if I went the high grade route, then I can only own a few of these mantles. I want to be able to own all of them, and that was the point. I wanted to have his entire run, so I focused on grades that fit within my financial situation at the time. Here's the 6.5 from 65. This I jumped on immediately. This was also a buy it now. It was $350. And if you look at it like this, you'll see that this border is more white, so it is off-centered. Mostly this way and ever so slightly this way, but one of his nicer looking cards, in my opinion. Just a classic vintage looking card. With okay, Mick, swing the bat, and then we're gonna snap a picture for your baseball card. Okay, and that's that's what that is. The batting ones are fine. It's when they do like that fake pitching, foul through, where they got the hands out, like they just threw the ball. It's just silly, but that's what they did back then. Unitas, and this is the only football card in this video. Bought too soon. I bought, I thought we were coming out of, the high peaks. The cards were on the way down. I bought it before cards went all the way down. So I was into this card for, I think, 2,200. It's not worth that right now, but it does have really nice centering for the most part, which is tough, I think, for this particular issue, not unlike the Bart Star. And I got really lucky with that one. Didn't pay nearly as much, but that's a 6. But I really like this card. John Unitas. So coming in at number 3 would be the last mantle of this group. And it is the 58 Topps. Really nice card. In fact, I started looking at the Hank Aaron from this set. A card that I didn't know I wanted to have in my collection until, say, within the last couple of weeks, So far this year, I've strayed way off my target plan for this year. Now, we still have time. It's only March. But, yeah, I haven't gotten anything yet that I plan on getting. So we'll see. But, yeah, just a nice-looking card here. Again, another 6.5. And this one also was in the $350, $360 range. I don't remember if it was buy it now or auction. But, cards were a lot more affordable. 10 years ago, maybe? I don't remember about that, but certainly the value's gone up quite a bit since then. Number 2 would be my Bob Gibson. Now, this is a card that is really hard to find centered. I did okay. I got lucky with this. So this first appeared on eBay for, I think, $625. Buy it now. And I thought about it, and I didn't, by the time I made a decision, it was already gone. And the exact same card showed up like 3 months later, 2 or 3 months later, and from a different seller. And it was, I think, $725. And I forget if that was a buy it now or if I negotiated that down with the best offer, but I ended up buying it then. So, with fees and all associated with the sale of a card like that, I can't imagine he made a whole lot of money on it. If he bought it for $625 and sold it for $725, you take out the fees, you make, what, $50-$60 on the thing? But anyway, I was glad that it showed up. I have not seen one since that looks as well-centered as this one. I'm not sure why it's one of those problem cards. Maybe it's its placement on the sheet. Sometimes if they're on the ends or the bottoms, they tend to be mostly off-centered, with this being the exception. If you want to stare at it hard enough, you can see there is, I think there's a slight tilt to the image. More white here, less here, ever so slightly, but whatever, I'll take it. And then finally, the best 6.5 in my collection is going to be Pete Rose. Just Collect was the vendor on this one, and this was $1,600. Again, half dozen years ago or more. Hard to tell if it's centered or not. I think it is. Top and bottom, there's nothing here to reference. I don't have enough experience or familiarity with this particular issue to know whether or not these, I can see it is a little more white here than here. But, yeah, if you want to nitpick, you could wait forever before you find a card with 50-50 centering, or you may not see one at all. And then by the time you say the hell with it and commit to something, the price has gone up. At least that's what it was, years ago. The price already went up another, 10, 15, 20%. And it's like, geez, I just bought it when I could have, But anyhow, that will conclude this particular episode of Friday Night Vintage. And like I said, I have one more of these types of videos in me. I may as well just finish out the rest of my half-point grades. I think I got like another 10 or 12 in the 5.5, 4.5 on down to 1.5. And so I'll go ahead and throw that together at some point. But that'll do it. I'll talk at you later.